Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Amy from AMPO here. I hope you're having an excellent week. Here at AMPO, we have been coming up alongside you all year to talk about your annual giving program and how you can make it more strategic, how we can take that program from a set of tasks that we're checking off the list into a really robust strategy that is driving our fundraising efforts forward. And in that note, I feel like I need a drum roll. I need some jingle bells for sure. You guys, year end starts today. What you do and how your program performs for year end, those decisions are made starting today. And so we are going to start diving in on year end and how we're going to drive that strategy so that we can make sure that we maximize our efforts in the most giving time of the year. And so what we're going to be talking about is we're going to start talking about 4 things. There are going to be 4 components to your year-end strategy. And those 4 components are going to be a matching gift. We're going to look at making sure that we've sent out an informative newsletter so that our donors are prepped and ready for our year-end campaign. We're going to do a thank-a-thon so that we have some stewardship that's out there with those donors. And we're going to do a year-end appeal and follow-up. So those are going to be the 4 components that we are going to talk about for your year-end strategic annual giving plan. So if you want to get that written down so that we're ready to go, we're going to really start talking about that. But the first thing that we need to do before we can start any of this is we need 2 things. We need to know our goal. How much money are we trying to raise at year end? So this might be that you had a goal for the year and what's left is what we're raising at year end. It might be something specific that we need for our year end efforts, but we need to understand our goal. How much money do we need to raise at year end? And your goal cannot be more. More is never a fundraising goal. We need to have a defined goal of what we are of how much money we need to raise here at year end. And then we need to know what we're raising it for. So you might already know that. You might be able to go back to the work that we did for our spring appeal letter and the story and the message that we sent out in our spring appeal letter. That might still ring true here for year end, and we might just get to repurpose that story and repurpose that message for our year end efforts, but it might not. And so we need to check that. So the 2 pieces of information that I need you to find out so that we can start to begin to really build out our year-end efforts is we need to know what our message is. We need to know what it is that we're raising funds for, and we need to know how much we need to raise. So we need a message and we need a goal. So I need you to work on those this week, and then we'll start in next week. We're going to really dive in to what it means to build out those 4 components of our year-end strategy. And again, those are, we're going to talk about a matching gift. We're going to talk about doing an informative newsletter. We're going to talk about doing a thank-a-thon, and we're going to dig in on your year-end appeal. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. You guys, that we're going to make sure that we are setting things up in the most strategic way so that you can have the biggest year-end that you've ever had for your organization. And that is something that we can be so excited about, and I am just pumped to be on this journey with you. Again, if you have questions for me, if you need to chat about anything, if you'd like to dig in a little deeper on anything, give me a holler, reach out. I would love to hear from you, and I love being on this journey with you. Have a great week, and we will talk soon.